Hey, welcome everybody. Brian from T-sportline. We've got my partner Miguel here. We're getting ready to do the DIY wrap install on the Cybertruck. We've already prepped the truck. If you followed our instructions for taking off mirrors, the window seals, and the fender arches, and we've thoroughly washed and cleaned the truck with our prep wash. Now it's time to get into this first panel. Now, everything we need is out here. We've got our microfiber towels, the final tack cloth, tape, our squeegee, some magnets, edge tools. I'm gonna start with just the hood film, the heat gun. We need scissors and alcohol. Miguel, let's go ahead and get into wiping this down with alcohol. And you've always taught me the edges are the most important thing. The edges and the back of the edges need to be thoroughly wiped down with the alcohol and cleaned, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna get myself set up with some alcohol on the microfiber towel. Miguel's gonna do the same. The better job you do prepping and wiping down and the cleaner, the better the success of the whole install will be. All right, let me go ahead and pop the frunk here. And we can stop it by pushing the button anytime. Now we got to work on these edges, right?
Yep.
So how far underneath the edge are we going?
You gotta go at least an inch, just so that any dirt that's further inside doesn't suck up onto the vinyl.
Okay, so at least an inch. I'm actually going back to where the inner sheet metal rolls. It's probably 2 inches, 2.5 inches, but I want to be sure that as we roll that vinyl film, we don't pick up any dirt, we don't have any grease or wax or polish. Those are the sort of things that will keep the vinyl from sticking.
On this front edge, it'll help if you use this tool.
Use our tool, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the tool right into the microfiber towel, get up to my wet edge with the alcohol like this. Then I'm using that to get underneath the edge, just above the light. You should not see any dirt on the microfiber once it's clean. I'm gonna lift the hood up. Let's make sure we've got all this. So we went all the way up to this edge. You really can't go too far. And these are the sort of areas that tend to hold dirt and you're not really focused. Even on the outer side here, I want to get underneath this plastic. There's a little bit of plastic liner. All right, I'm looking pretty clean over here, Miguel. How about you?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay. Next up is going to be tack cloth, right?
Yeah.
So we have this tack cloth, which is a sticky cheesecloth, and we're going to wipe it down. If you want to go ahead and wipe that down for us. If you had any lint or any material come off the microfiber, this is the last chance now. We're going We're gonna get any last lint or dust off of the hood. Okay, we're ready, right?
Yeah. Good to
Okay,
go.
we're gonna grab our hood vinyl now, and we're just gonna lay this out. We're gonna grab our magnets. We're gonna start aligning this at the top side and just put our magnets in here. Now, Miguel, we need to start up in the top corners, right? And align. We're aligning to the point on the film, and that point on both sides indicates the exact corner of the vinyl. You have a point in both upper corners. You have a point here, and then a point on this, each one of these apexes. So Miguel and I will just start by getting those points lined up with the corners. And by design, the film is going to extend over the edge because we'll end up rolling that. How are you looking over there?
Yeah, we're looking good.
You can use a few magnets to help you hold the film in place. Okay, Miguel, tell us now, we're gonna pull back these corners and stick this in place, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna pull back the corners. If you have clean hands, you don't have to worry about anything getting on the adhesive, so feel free to touch it. Pull back the corner about an inch, inch and a half, and cut the backing. That'll give you a better visual so you can line it perfectly with the corner.
All right, we'll give that a go over here. So I've got this corner lined up, and I'm just gonna pull this up. I've got clean hands. I'm gonna pull the vinyl back about an inch, inch and a half, and we're gonna cut the backing off. Okay, now I can see perfectly, and I'm lining up that cutout. Okay, looks good.
All right. So now we're gonna do the hinge method, where we use the masking tape. Make a hinge in the middle.
Okay, so right in the middle of the vinyl, the two edges are stuck in place. Now we've got the middle taped in place. Okay, what's next?
All right, now we could lift this. We're gonna start on this you could say it's a quarter of the hood.
Okay,
We're gonna lift this up.
so you're peeling that back off?
Yeah, peeling this back off. That was just to align it. Put this magnet right here. I'm gonna pull back like about a fourth of the hood. And pull the backing away from your material. Then you want to grab your scissors.
Cutting off about 1.5 feet. Not that much.
All right. So you're going to have your squeegee ready. Got both corners out. Just lay it down while making sure that your initial corner is still aligned perfectly. Okay. And then you want to start applying from where you cut the backing forward. I am using the velvet side of the squeegee against the vinyl. What you do is in overlapping strokes so that you don't miss any air.
And how much force are you using when you do that?
Just firm pressure. You don't have to use your actual strength. Just firm pressure, kind of like the weight of your hand.
So you're applying the film and slowly working any air out of it toward the edges?
Yes. If you get a bubble, this film has air release technology, so you could just push it out with your finger. Kind of like. If you get a bubble like that.
So you got a little bubble there, okay.
You could just literally push it out with your finger.
So a small bubble shows up, he had it isolated, and then with his finger, you just kind of pushed it down.
Yeah.
Now this edge is overhanging a little bit. That's okay for now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right. So you want to remove your tape now. And you can place your magnets on the side. You can remove that magnet too.
Peeling this side off now.
I'm going to pull this back about halfway, fold it in a bit just to make it easier to manage so you don't have a big piece.
All right, so we're back to where we cut off the first piece.
Yes, and then you want to peel this back about 8 inches. And now you want to go back all the way to the other side with the backing folded back, like so. All right. After that, you can continue on peeling off the backing. Take your time with it.
Wow. So this corner is right back exactly where we had it stuck.
Yeah.
Looks
you
pretty
don't
good.
need to align it again.
Nice.
All right. And then you want to continue on squeezing. Same thing, overlap all of your strokes. You don't leave any air.
Okay, that looks good. What's the next step, Miguel?
Okay, next step is we gotta go over the whole panel with the heat gun to make sure there's no bubbles left over.
All right, let's get our heat gun and get it started.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna be working with the heat gun set on high. The main thing you gotta make sure you do while you're using the heat gun is to always have it in constant motion. Don't stay in one spot because you could easily burn the material.
What about the distance? What's like the closest you want to have that to?
You want to be, the closest you want to be are about 6 inches away.
Okay, so 6 inches,
about,
like
yeah.
you need to not be closer than like sticking your palm on there with your thumb up. So if you got close, you could burn the film. So keep it moving and keep it at least 6 inches up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Bubbles right here.
So I think I see a little bubble right here. You were basically just warming it up and we're looking for any bubbles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I see some bubbles, so walk us through. What are you gonna do here?
You got two options. You can either just go over them with your thumb, or you could go over it with the squeegee to kind of cover a larger area.
And what is the heat doing? Is that showing the bubble? Is it making it more obvious, or is it prepping the glue?
It's pretty much heating up the air underneath the wrap.
Okay, so the heat is going to actually make it so you can see the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then if it's small enough, you can work it down with your finger or use the squeegee.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, let's carry on. See one right here, right?
Just squeegee or use your finger, either or. There's
Okay.
another one here.
I see it, yep.
Use my finger. There's quite a few over here. So what you could do is you could put the heat gun over your back. Just get a little bit further away, about a foot, and just go over it. And continue.
Looks pretty good to me. We'll switch sides with you. All right, that looks pretty good. So next step, we're gonna work on the edges, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna open up the hood. Good.
Yep.
All right, let's start over on this side. How about that? All right, we're up here on the corner. You're gonna start by working on this front edge. You're gonna roll that over with the heat. And then we're gonna use our tool to push that up underneath. And then on the back side, you're gonna fold it over, the back of the hood fold it over, and using your finger back there, right?
Yeah, you can get away with just using your fingers on the bigger edges. Then the smaller edges, we can use the tool.
Okay, let's go ahead and start up here.
Okay.
Looks good.
Okay, so now we're doing this.
Same back here now.
Yeah, same thing. Just use your finger to roll over the edge. As you're heating. So this area has a little plastic that's against the edge, so you want to tuck that in. And then here you could just use your finger to finish sucking it in.
Looks good. Back to the front now?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Okay, on this front edge, I need to get it folded over with my finger. And then once it's folded over, I can go back and squeegee it. I'm using a little bit of heat as I'm folding it over, but I'm not going to use the heat with the squeegee. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, now I want to go back here. Slowly work on folding this under. Depending on the gap between the light and the hood, the tool may be too thick. You need to get the film on the bottom side and push it up to the bottom edge of the hood panel. So in this case, the squeegee goes up nicely and we can kind of twist it. I'm putting my thumb here and twisting the squeegee up and very gently sliding over, but this is taking the bottom edge of the film and pushing it onto the bottom side of the hood. I'm just going to glide that over all the way to the edge. So a little bit of a twist on the squeegee. Okay, so that took that bottom edge and folded it and put it tight on the bottom of the hood. Now that we've got the front, this side and the front edge done, Miguel's gonna work on the back side here. We're gonna roll this edge and then we'll cut and go underneath and double check all the inside edges.
Yep.
All right, Miguel, let's go ahead and get started back here.
Okay. Same thing, you wanna turn on your heat gun. Start rolling the edges. Once you got the initial edge rolled up, you can go all the way down.
All right, we're back underneath the hood here. Miguel, let's go ahead and check this entire surface.
Alright, the edge is sealed now, so should be good to go.
All right, that back edge looks great. So the back edge is done, the front edge is done. We're gonna do the same thing on the driver's side that we did on this side and this front piece, and then that'll be it for this panel. Okay, everybody, take your time, get the hood done, and we'll see you in the next video.